than 9 months after a deadly explosion ripped through a fireworks storage facility in Yolo County, 5 of the people connected with that Esparto property face a judge to answer to criminal charges. It was supposed to be a routine arraignment, but the proceedings did not go as planned. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Lisa Gonzalez.
And I'm Edie Lambert. The families of those 7 people who were killed in that explosion have been waiting months for this case to move forward, and now they'll have to wait a little longer. KCRA 3's Maricela De La Cruz joins us now to explain what happened. Maricela?
Yeah, Edie, Lisa, well, all arraignments were pushed to Thursday, but there were no changes to bail. Now let's show you the 5 defendants who were in the courtroom this afternoon. Among them, Sam and Tammy Mashado. They own the property that prosecutors said was storing about 1 million pounds of illegal explosives the day that the facility burst into flames. Now, with 2 of the defendants, Douglas Michael Talefson and Jack Lee, losing their attorneys in court today, both lawyers appeared remotely and said they could no longer represent them, but they did not give a reason, meaning both men now need new legal counsel before their cases can move forward. Tammy Mashado was also in court pleading not guilty, and she's also expected back Thursday. Now, family members of some of the victims of the Esparto explosion were also in the courtroom, some hoping to address the judge. We heard from one of them, Johnny Ramos, the father of Jesus and Johnny Ramos, 2 of the 7 men killed in that explosion, who questioned the defendants' legal rights after court.
Ellos no tienen derecho a nada. Sorry. Son unos sheriffs. Supuestamente tienen que defender a ellos. No los defendieron, los mataron.
The entire system failed them. It should have never happened. There were many steps in the process that were missed. I mean, these people have been operating out in the open for a good 10 years. Without proper licensing, without prior permitting.
Now, all defendants will be back in court on Thursday. As far as Gary Chan, he is scheduled for an arraignment tomorrow. And Kenneth Chi, the owner of Devastating Pyrotechnics, he's awaiting still extradition from Florida. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more information. Live in Woodland, Maricela De La Cruz, KCRA 3 News.
All right, we'll just keep following this. Thank you, Maricela.